Eva Benmeleh from Dr. Eva Therapy, Face the Fear Friday. And today's talk is the response to last week's talk, where we were talking about the fear of saying silent. Now we're talking about the fear of speaking up when we get unsolicited advice from people we either love, really appreciate and cherish, or from perfect strangers. So we were talking about how last week the issue came up that if you feel like your words of wisdom will stop someone from leading some kind of excruciating, painful life, or will make a mistake, like we said, something as minimal as maybe you should flip your hair this way instead of that way, or maybe you should say that, or have you thought about this and that? Oh, you really need to try this out. I love it. It's the best thing that's ever happened to me, and I know that it'll be amazing for you. So comments like these are, like I said, applicable to any different kind of situation. And obviously the person who's giving it, or maybe not obviously, but the person giving this unsolicited advice means well. Their intentions are for the most part good. But then what do we do on the receiving end? Many of us feel scared or afraid of speaking up or setting a boundary because we don't want to offend the other person, or maybe we think that maybe they are right. Maybe we're the ones with the problem that doesn't want to, or maybe, we really just disagree, but we don't know how to say it. So how do we deal? How do we face this fear of setting that boundary? Usually, at least the way I see things, the more someone insists on doing something to another person, or with another person, or for another person, the more the other person will resist. And the more we try to justify ourselves for why we don't want to take on their advice, or why we don't want to act the way that they think we should, or XYZ, I'm sure you guys are coming up with your own scenarios in your mind, the more the other person will continue to insist that their reason makes more sense, because in their mind, that's the only way that you're gonna be okay. So if you can, for a moment, take yourself out of the situation, and first of all, not take it personally, see it as for what it is, which is they are trying to help me fix my problem, then you won't take it as they think I'm an idiot, or they don't think I'm capable, or whatever it is that you might be thinking about, taking it personally, and you're less likely to react when they're speaking in a way that's offering advice that you don't want to hear or you don't need to hear. The second part is stop giving answers or explanations for why you don't want to do it the way they suggest. The more space you give them to argue back with you, the more they will argue. And think about yourself. What is it that's stopping you, or that you're afraid of, speaking up and saying thanks, but no thanks? If we're constantly worrying about how the other person is going to take our comments or our boundaries, we're more likely to either give in, be fake by saying, yes, that sounds like a great idea, I'm going to do it right now, and then not do it. So then we are inauthentic in the relationship. Or we can start a fight by thinking that what they're doing or what they're saying to us is something negative against us. So today, on Friday, I want you to take a moment and think about those conversations, whether it's with your parents, whether it's with your children, your friends, co-workers, whatever it is that's coming up. When someone's giving you unsolicited advice, facing that fear of setting a clear boundary in a nice way, we don't have to be mean about it, but clear that something you appreciate, yet not really what you want to be doing right now. Something you really appreciate how much they care for you, how much they're worrying about you, but maybe you're going to handle it another way. And see how that goes. Again, this is Eva. My website is drevatherapy.com. My Facebook page is PI, Perfectionist Insight and Education. I hope you guys have a wonderful Friday, a great weekend, and I'll see you all next week.